Traditionally, when you needed to dig a hole on the homestead, you had to get one of these. Well, that ends today. Hey everybody, welcome back to the homestead. Today we are taking a look at another tool that's going to be useful on the homestead. If you have ever had to dig a hole with a pulse hole digger, you will appreciate what I'm about to show you. We're looking at the ProYama 54cc gas-powered pulse hole digger. It's got a little 2-stroke engine on it, and it is awesome. So here I am, I'm just unboxing this thing, showing you what you get in the box and how it was packed. It was packed pretty good. I was surprised they were able to fit all that in that box. It's a pretty simple unit. Get rid of that mix can. We don't need it. A couple extensions and 4 different augers, I believe an 8, 10, 12, no, it's a 4, 6, 8, and 12 inch auger. I'm sorry. I think that one's the 8 inch. That one might be the 12 inch. But a nice variety of little auger bits here. I believe this would come in handy for planting trees, up to digging holes for fence posts or even a pole barn, which is ultimately what I'd like to use it for. I also came with 2 extensions to help you dig a pretty deep hole. I'm not sure the total length of depth that you could go with all the extensions on in the bit. I mean, you could look on the website or the Amazon link. I'll leave an affiliate link below. You can check this thing out, but and get all the specs and full details. But pretty deep hole, as you'll see in the video here in the future. I dig about 36 inches is what I went down to. I didn't want to go any deeper than that because I really didn't need holes right now. This is for a future project. That's my plan. Here I am setting this thing up, really simple out of the box. Just put mixed gas in it. I believe they recommend 50 to 1. I run 40 to 1 and everything. And then here I go, just starting this thing up. It starts right up. Now, after looking in the instructions, I did realize that there is a Zerk fitting here for the gearbox, so I went ahead and added grease to that as well. Not sure how much you're supposed to add, but I put a healthy amount in there. And this is probably obviously something you'll want to hit every time you use it, just to make sure you have plenty of grease in there. This is the only other thing that came with it is a spark plug wrench, an extra pin, and I can't remember what else was in there, but nothing I needed right now. So we're out at the field now, and you'll see I have this extension on, and I'm putting the auger bit on, and I find out quickly that I don't need the extension to start the hole, so I'll end up taking it off. So the way you want to operate this machine is start your hole with the bit right onto the machine, and then once you get some depth, then you can start adding extensions. Ideally, you want this thing about waist high when you're operating it. There is a little bit of a learning curve with this machine. obviously I just learned that you don't want to start with that extension bit on your bits, and then getting the right angle to start the hole. It's either an angle situation or the fact that I'm literally digging in pure mud right now. I'm sure you guys have had a record amount of rain just like us this year, and there's literally no good place on my property right now to dig a hole, which is why I'm not starting a project with this machine. Usually when I take on machines like this, or I'm in the market for a machine like this, I'd like to have a project lined up for it to demonstrate, or that I needed it for a project. But in this case, it's too wet to start any new projects, and if I were to start another project right now, I think my wife might kick my butt. So I need to get some other stuff finished before I get too carried away. But I will need this machine in the future. There's about 1 million things I need to do on this property that involves digging a hole, and having something like this will make the job so much easier. So here I am digging a hole. I think, yeah, I haven't really gotten in there. I'm just starting the hole, and you'll see, for whatever reason, this next go around it really starts digging right there. So now we're really making some depth on our hole, and this thing is powerful. I was surprised at how powerful this thing is. Like, it will twist you around if you're not paying attention. And I keep hitting a rock here, which is gonna be a common issue, but this was a fairly large rock. I think a smaller rocket would have just pushed it out of the way, or grabbed it with the bit and pulled it up. But in this case, the rock was too big to move. And if I was digging this hole for real, like this was a hole I needed, I would have gone and gotten a spud bar, because eventually I could see the rock, and it looked like if I had a spud bar, I could probably pry the rock out and then get the rock out of the hole and then continue on. But it's no fault of the machine. It's just a drill bit on a 2-stroke engine is what this is. So rocks are going to be something you'll have to deal with when you're digging a hole like this, but no big deal. Like I said, if this hole was for real, I would have gone and got a spud bar and dug that rock out of that hole and continued on with the hole. But for a video demonstration, I just abandoned the hole and started another one. Here's a quick look at the inside of the hole. So here I am on the second hole, much deeper, just getting a feel for the machine. I could have gone even deeper than this. I think next clip I put the extension on and really dig down. And I think the hole was like 32 or 36 inches deep, right around our frost line here in Ohio. The soil I'm digging in is so clumpy and clay-like that I'm having to, and wet, I'm having to like scrape the dirt off the blades. I think if you were in nice, dry, loose soil, you could just pull the bit out and shake the dirt off. But like I said, record rainfall here in Ohio this year. It's just absolutely insane. Yeah, you can see that soil is just straight clay, and it's really difficult. But the auger is doing its job, and it is digging this hole. And there's no doubt in my mind that if I had to dig these holes for a project in the current conditions, this machine would pull it off. It wouldn't be fun, but it's a lot better than doing it by hand. So hope you guys enjoyed that. If you're interested, like I said, it'll be a link in the description below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.